Hi, this is Jacqueline here with the Grow Program. Thank you for growing with me on today. Um, it's been a life of oppression to a beautiful ending. A life of oppression to a beautiful ending because we are growing in God. And to me, that in itself is beautiful. The fact that you care enough to want to listen and want to try to grow with me as we try to reach our greatness in God is a beautiful, beautiful thing. No matter where you are, I love you. You know, I can do shout outs here and there and everywhere, but I tell you what I will do. I'll just shout out to all of you every day that I love you and I want you to keep growing in God. And to those of you who are able to get on Facebook and follow us on the movement on Facebook. I do post and I'm gonna get the website really. I post on the website daily, but I'm doing the inspiration. I would like the inspiration to actually be in the order of the grow movement because this is a journey. Stuff can't just go any kind of way. It's got to go decent and in order. And that's how I plan on doing it because, honey, it's a journey. It really is. It's a journey. This highway of life, honey. I'm gonna tell you something about this highway of life that we own. I told you about the people who will run you down and run you over, honey. Now you can get down. I'm gonna tell you something. You can't even turn left, turn right because those people will run you down as you in the turning lane. You can't even turn because I'm gonna tell you something. I noticed. Now, when I was at work, I've been a bus driver for over 20 years. When I was at work, I used to hurry up and drive so I could hurry up and get out work. Yeah, I was just in the biggest rush as they was. I was out there. I didn't pay no attention how somebody. I'm driving. I drive careful, but I was in a rush. I was rushing. I know how to drive fast and whip that bus and get it on and be early and get on off work. And go and get done what I got to do. When I was able to do that, when I was able to go on and leave early, yeah. You want to get your work done. So yeah, I was in a hurry to drive. And guess what? The stoplights was really a break time. So when I got to stop at a stoplight or stop at a stop, not really a stop sign, but a stoplight, that's a time to rest. That really give me like a minute, especially if I done caught it at the end. I really try to catch them lights when they were like turning, turning right, from yellow to red. That's how I like to catch it. I really try to slow down when I see it because they even tell us, beware of a stale green lights because a stale green light is ready to turn yellow any minute. You gotta watch out for them stale green lights. See, that's defensive driving, defensive life. You gotta think about that. When it's time to stop and let go and let God, and how you didn't let it just take over your life. You can just run. You in the spiritual warfare, just caught up. Trying to get loose, trying to let go. But I'm tell you how you do it. You just let go and let God. That's what you do. You really do. And that's what I had to do. I had to, that's why I had a life of oppression. Things I was doing to myself and oh man, just in caught up in relationships that what didn't never mean me no good, thinking I gotta go seek happiness in somebody else. Every time, could never just be happy within myself. I ain't know no such thing. Cause everybody, you ain't with somebody, something wrong with you. Why you ain't with somebody? Why you by yourself? And then even when you meet somebody, why you single? It's like something wrong with you if you want to be alone. But honey, I'm gonna tell you something. I take solace in being alone. I love my alone time because one thing, when I was in the prison camp, in the federal prison, you can't be alone. You can't go nowhere and be by yourself. When you go in the bathroom, yeah, you in there alone. You're in a stall. They got stalls where I was at. It was stalls. And it was like a dormitory in there. You ain't have no fences, wasn't no dogs, wasn't none of that. Wasn't nobody doing anything. You can walk off if you want to, but you ain't going nowhere. This the federal prison. Where you gonna go? You can't run nowhere. And so it's just a camp. Something like what Martha Stewart went to. And it was like that, but you can't go nowhere by yourself. You can't go unless you walk the track and go out there and be with God. But, somebody gonna walk up behind you and stuff. It's nowhere to be by yourself. So I take pride. I am so happy to be alone. And then my alone time also gives me time to hear the wisdom from God, to give you. As I'm ministering to you, as I'm trying to lift us up and tell us love drives out hate and different kind of things that's going on with us. In this big ball of confusion that we living in. What the temptation said. This ain't nothing but a big ball of confusion, but we growing over it though. And my mind stay on Georgia. My mind stay on Georgia. Georgia's on my mind. Just some old evil racism keeps Georgia on my mind. I'm telling you, it stays on. I'm telling you something, that evil ain't gonna prevail down in Georgia. They think they getting away with something. They think they doing something, making a big show and all this neck closed door hearings and arresting people for nothing, just being evil. But they think they getting away with it, honey. But I know for a fact that they ain't getting away with nothing. They ain't getting away with nothing. Evil do is evil. Evil do is stuff out in public. But see, God work in the quiet. God quietly builds, quietly grows, quietly rises, just like over there in that house, when I'm sitting around with them demons, and they doing all kind of different things in front of me and sliding glasses in front of my grandbaby, doing all kind of stuff, and manifesting themselves. I'm scared to death. So while I'm sitting there, I had no idea. None whatsoever. Didn't even think about it. That wise evil spirits is good spirits. Never even thought about that. Never crossed my mind. I'm in the Bible trying to figure out how to get rid of these demons. I ain't want to watch no another scary movie and then get some more scared. I was done with scared. And I'm gonna tell you something else. This for real. For real. And I ain't gonna never tell you no lie. I'm gonna tell you the truth. How I overcame. I ain't never owned a Ouija board in my life, ever. I didn't never delve off in foods. The only thing I like to do, watch a scary movie every once in a while. Who don't? But see, then it became real life. It manifested in my life, that evil. I moved in all these haunted houses from the time my kids were little. I have a son who's 30 years old. We were just talking about it today, about when he was 5. The haunted house, the demons, in the house that we lived in. I'm telling you, they've been following me all my life, but I do know this. It's good spirits. It's a God, and we are able, that we are more than a conqueror in God who loves us. We got to rise up from our circumstance, this spiritual warfare that we in, that we are part of, and decided we don't want to be a part of no more evil. We want to be part of the good. We want to work on the good side. We want to work with God. Stop being a part of this spiritual warfare that we in. Okay, listen, this number 42 is a very special number. It's the number of life. It really is. I remember when we was in the haunted house, and my grandbaby, he came to me out of nowhere. And he just walked up to me. He only 7 years old. He walked up to me and he said, "Mom, do you know the number 42 is the number for the universe, for life?" And I was like, wow. I wound up looking it up myself. Yes, it is. Come to find out, that's Jackie Robinson. That was Jackie Robinson uniform number. Come find out the King and the King Chadwick Boseman, the King Jackie Robinson. They all was king, all legends, all of them, every single one of them. But some of them get cut down too short, and get cut down by each other. That's what we working on. That's what we growing over. So the number 42, yes, it's the number of the universe. It's the number of life. It's the number for everything. It really is. And I told you that during the time that right after Chadwick Boseman died, and I was crying upset about it, and my license plate for my beautiful truck that came, and this is the truck that I got the right way, doing it for the Lord, working for God, and I was so proud of that truck. I really was. And my license plate said number 42. That's what the plate said on there, 42. And I told you I got them personalized plates and didn't ask for them. And it was, that really means something to me. The number 42, it really does. I got an episode, the number 42. And so, come to find out, with this narcissistic behavior, the fact that, he has admitted that he is a narcissist, and he has, done it to many other women, because I told him, I said, you mean to tell me you're willing to let go of a good woman? He said, you won't be the first one, but he said, I can't do nothing else for him. There's nothing else I can do for him. I said, that never dawned on me. What do you mean I can't do nothing else? What do you mean? We married. And he's like, there's nothing else you can buy me, nothing else you can't do anything else. By then I had bought 2 cars and all of I had done all of that, but I didn't think about it. And then he steady calls and arguments, packing up all his clothes and leaving all kind of confusion that we done watched for the past 3 years. Evil, angry, oh my God, cussing, clowning all the time. I tried. I really tried. Love drives out hate. In the end, the love drove him on out. But look here. Yeah, it took its toll. It did. And like I told you, my daughter's bouncing back. She's gonna be all right, but she has to go through counseling for it. And what is worth for me, because what didn't happen now is he's already done filed. I filed a lawsuit for $42 million. I don't know where it's going to go. It probably ain't going to go nowhere because, but it's the principle of the thing that you shouldn't go through life, this highway of life, chasing people just to use them to get over on them at the emotional expense of not only them, but their children. I had to cap it. If I don't cap it, it's going to be 42, the number of life, because her life means so much to me. And the fact that he took her smile away for 3 years, is, and he's ready to just go ahead and get on with his life like he told the judge. He said, I'm just ready to go ahead and get on with my life, Your Honor. And like it's nothing, just to dismiss it. So the judge has sent us over to mediation. And from mediation, we will we'll see what happens. But it's the principle. I don't expect to even really see a dime. I don't. And I'm not doing it for money. I'm doing it so he won't ever do it to anyone else. This will never happen to another woman again, because he has admitted to me he's done it to many women over and over. And it comes a time in life. When do you stop? When do you end this? How does it end? Well, it ends with the Grow program, because we getting ready to out this narcissistic behavior. We getting ready to out these people. They finna stop this, because I see so many wonderful people just hurt behind this spiritual warfare. That's what it is. It's evil. It's like I told you, evil is not racist. It goes through people, just like it went through my husband in that house and he stood there and he had already left. But he gave me an ultimatum. He was willing to come back. If I turn my back on God and the Grow program, he was willing to come back to me, because he said I was here to serve him. Turn your back on the Grow program. You are here to serve me. Those were his exact words. And I stood there for a minute because I couldn't believe he said it. And then I was shocked. And then I said, I've thought about my people. I thought about the people that are listening to me and who I'm helping. And the fact that it's helping me even to talk to them. It's helping me to tell them my story, because it's a way of me getting through it, and overcoming and how I overcame, and telling somebody else, helping somebody, giving somebody a good word of God. You want me to turn my back on that? And I didn't understand. I thought I misheard him. And I looked at him and he didn't say anything else. And I said, are you kidding me? You want me to turn my back on God and the Grow program, on God, and go back to clowning and arguing and drinking and acting a fool and calling the police and all this stupid stuff? Because we had stopped doing that by then, because I had stopped arguing with him. And that's what he wanted me to do. And when I said no, he turned and he left. And I have been away from my husband now for 5 months. I left in October, and So you can see, I'm not in that haunted house. I left that haunted house in October. So you can see from the time of the episodes that we have been on a journey. I didn't find out about anything about narcissism really until he admitted it. And I done my research on it, looking at all the signs and different things that I've been dealing with. And yes, and now me being a minister and dealing with demons and everything and knowing about spirits, it's a spiritual warfare that we're in. But there's good spirits also, and the good spirits are helping us. But we got to let go and let God, because God appointed those good spirits. Jesus, the Holy Ghost, is not the only ghost here. It's some other ghosts here too. It's some evil ghosts and some good ghosts. I'm a living witness. So to anybody who don't believe in ghosts, I'm a living witness. I tell you, yes, they are real. They manifest themselves to me. I have pictures. I have videos. I have eyewitnesses. So I can prove that the haunted houses and all that other foolishness, all that other stuff is real. But what it is God give us a sense of power, not a fear of power, to not be afraid. So that's why I wouldn't even take no enjoyment in watching a scary movie. Plus, I don't watch TV anymore. And plus, that's just feeding off into the evil. That's feeding off into some more foolishness, which I care not to be a part of. I don't want to be a part of no foolishness, no gossip, no drama, no nothing. I just want to live for God and grow in God, and us to grow all over the world and start moving towards a better way of thinking, a better way of acting, and a better way of living. Just a better way. That's what grow is, a better way. Grow over oppression. Grow in God. Grow and be better. Try and do better. Don't keep falling back up under the trap. Oh, Jesus could forgive me. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. How much mercy you think God got? When you think your mercy gonna run out? Well, I'm telling you something. It's time up. It's time out. It's time to rise. It's time to wise up. It's time to rise up. It's time to get up. It's time to quit falling for the traps and setups. Hold your head up, get up, and wise up for real. It's time to rise. I'm telling you, it's time to stop being like a ship lost in uncharted waters. Don't know where you came from. Don't know where you're going. We ain't gonna have nothing. We ain't going nowhere. We ain't gonna do nothing. And as long as you keep thinking that, you ain't gonna have nothing. It'll never happen for you. You gonna be woe is you. But if that's what you look for on this podcast, honey, you ain't gonna never find that. You ain't gonna ever catch me on no day like that. Well, I'm gonna tell you, you gonna tune in and hear me like that, because that ain't going on. Because greater is he that is in me than he that is in the world. It ain't no woe is me over here. It ain't none of that. None of that at all. We are kings and queens in God's army. Not only that, but we're all unique and beautiful. Roses growing in God's garden. Ain't that something? Roses growing in God's garden. I don't care what they told you, what they said you was, what they left you as, what they heard you was. You are a conqueror in God, a mighty king and queen. Look at you. Look in the mirror. For real. You are a mighty king and queen, a conqueror of the Lord. On the battlefield for God. That's what you own. You really are. Look how far you done came. You done came too far to give up now. You really have. Come on now. You can make it. You can pull through. God got you. God, you just got to hold on to God's unchanging hand. You really, truly do. God is your bridge over troubled waters. Don't disturb the water. Let it be. I love you. I really do. I really, truly do. I love you. I love you. I got that Dr. King love for you, honey. Love drives out hate. I love you. Greatness reached over oppression through wisdom all over the world. God bless you.